Hey, all right. So StreamYard says that I am live. So I'm here on Facebook, YouTube, and in Periscope. As long as Periscope is lasting, I'll continue to push content out there. I am D. Scott Smith, as you can see, motivational listener. The thing that I wanted to go through right now was talking about the business networking Q&A. So this is something that I started last year and run that on Monday mornings. That's 8 to 8:30 Pacific time. And one of the reasons I did this because it just gave an opportunity to kind of mastermind around business networking. So we started this in the business networking Facebook group. So business networking tips. So facebook.com/groups/business networking tips. You can find us there. And we're not a referral group. This is not a leads group. This is not a place to post your content and look for customers. This is a place where we share about tips and education about using business networking as a marketing tool. Now, there's different ways to do that. There is network marketing. We are not network marketing. It's not multi-level marketing. Most of the organizations that are out there that are involved in multi-level marketing have wonderful solutions already to teach people, to train people. So we're really looking at how do those of us who are solo entrepreneurs, freelance professionals, and small business owners learn to use business networking, because it is the most effective, most efficient tool for getting business. Most of us don't need hundreds or thousands of customers. We just need a few customers occasionally, maybe a few a month, a dozen a month at most, just around capacity. So it really depends on the type of business you have. So look at the capacity that you have within your business and determine, is paid advertising the right way to go? Or should I lean into my network to get more customers? So these are the questions that we ask and answer in the Monday networking Q&A sessions. Now, when I started this, and I want to talk about some changes. So when I started these, I was using the Facebook Rooms. Seemed like a good tool. And I made a commitment that I would go for about a month running Facebook Rooms. And I went through, and I just didn't find the experience to work as well as I had hoped. So then I made a change over to Zoom and started using Zoom as where we would house the networking Q&A time. And so ran that through the end of 2020, and then decided to make another change to a different platform. And so here I am broadcasting from StreamYard, and so decided to use StreamYard. That would push out the content, allow people to participate, and then also I can give you the link to join me in the room here in StreamYard, and we can share the screen and we can talk and we can have these conversations very similar to what we would do on Zoom, but provide just some different benefits. Well, one of the things that, as I've been looking at, how do we network? And especially in a COVID, in a mid-vaccine world, where we're still not being able to go out to events, conferences, trade shows, to those physical events that we do. So we're doing a lot more of online networking. So how do we do that? Well, I'm looking at some of the different tools out there, and one of them that I've participated in a number of different events is Airmeet. And so I went out and set up a room. I tried it, and the running the room is fairly intuitive, and being able to join is not so bad as well. So this is a change that I'm making into the networking Q&A time. So started in Facebook Rooms, moved to Zoom, moved to StreamYard. Now I'm going to go into Airmeet. One of the things that I wanted to do that, or one of the reasons why I wanted to do that, is because we're all about giving you the tools that you need to effectively network in this mid-vaccine time, this era, and beyond. Because even when we are all vaccinated and we start to go back to more physical meeting, more conferences, more trade shows, more larger groups, we're still going to have this hybrid mentality where we're adding more opportunities for people to connect digitally. Now, one of the things that I like about it, now I've been working digitally, remotely from my home office for about 8 years. And when the world changed last March and everyone all of a sudden got Zoom accounts and learned how to use it and was connecting that way, it actually just made my world a little bit more efficient because I wasn't going out and traveling as much. And so I was able to go around the world, literally around the world, connecting to people while sitting here in the home office. And so I really like the way that some of these things have shaped up and some of the tools that have come out. So Airmeet is one of those tools that I want to use, and there's some benefits to it. So it's really designed as a hybrid opportunity to give people an opportunity for a webinar type experience where you can push out content, you can bring in speakers, share slides, you know, the typical webinar type thing. But they've got a feature that I really love, and I think this is something that I want to take advantage of. I want you all to be familiar with it and comfortable with it as well. Maybe this tool or others as they evolve and things become more available and the access is available to us. So Airmeet has, the best way that I can describe it is like a little coffee shop. So there's tables you can set up, 2, 4, 6, up to 8 people. And so when you go into a room, you might have tables and they would have hosts that are there at the tables. Topics, we can put topics onto those tables. And you can just say, oh, look, here's the person that I want to talk to. And so you can sit down at the table and have a video conversation with them and maybe the other people within that table, up to 2, 4, 6, or 8 people, say. And this is one of the tools that I want you to be comfortable with using and feeling that not only can you participate in events, but you can also create your own events, create your own networking opportunities. This is something that I've been talking about and wanting to encourage you to do, is not just participating in events, but creating the events. And this is one of the things that differentiates the entrepreneur, that if the circumstances are something that we don't like, we change the circumstances. We don't allow things to be just the way they are. We push and change and mold things. So as I've mentioned before, the world will come out of COVID not because of a widely spread vaccines or because of government programs. It will come out of this because of you, the entrepreneur, the person who finds novel solutions to pressing problems. So I encourage you to join me on Monday morning, and so I'll be promoting this out. I'll be putting the link into the Business Networking Tips Facebook group, as well as some other social media spots, so you'll be able to find those as well and be able to connect with others out there that want to learn about how to use business networking, how to lean into our networks to get referrals, to get customers, to grow our businesses, to improve others' lives, to make a difference. This is what we're all about. So look for that. Look for a new platform for the business networking Q&A session on Monday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific. It's a little 30 minutes, a quick in and out. We just ask questions. We address some issues, help people solve some problems. We look at capacity. We look at the tools that are out there. And right now, again, we started with Facebook Rooms, moved into Zoom, went into StreamYard, and now we're moving into Airmeet. How long that's going to last? Well, until we find the other tools that I want you to be familiar with. So with that, I'm going to sign off, and it is just about 5 minutes to 11 here on the West Coast. And in 3 hours, I'll be running the Business Networking Boot Camp. So the Networking Boot Camp, and I'm going to throw the little banner up here so you can see that. So at 2 p.m. for 30 minutes, roughly or so, we're going to continue on with this challenge. So we started yesterday. We looked at the ROI of business networking, and found out that based on your network, to get the same reach that you have from your network, you would probably have to spend $80,000, easily $80,000 in Facebook advertising. So there's a lot of value in your network. And so we found out that the one big thing is that you do right now have a fabulous network. People want you to succeed. And so this afternoon at 2 to 2:30ish, we'll be in the next edition of the Networking Boot Camp. And from there, today we're going to be looking at how to pull that gold out of your network. And so I'm going to give you some specific tips. We are focusing on LinkedIn because it is the standard right now for business connection. And I tell you, when people have LinkedIn and they're active in it, it makes it so easy to make connections, to say, hey, you should talk to this person, that person, and I can go and make introductions. I love being able to do that. Anytime I can make an introduction, man, that is a highlight of my day. So in about 3 hours, the Business Networking Boot Camp right here on StreamYard Business Facebook group, Business Networking Tips, and on YouTube and Periscope. Those videos, by the way, in the challenge will be available until noon on Saturday Pacific time. So I'll be sharing those out, so you'll be able to, if you can't watch live and participate there, you'll be able to watch those in the replay. So, hey, again, this is Scott Smith, and I am signing off. We will talk to you all soon.